boys and girls, welcome back. You may not be able to see my face as well in this video, and that's okay. Thank you for coming back to watch and to participate in our third part of our three-part drill. I'm focused in on this blending board for a reason. I want you to help me as we blend through these words and put these letters and sounds together very quickly to read words. Now remember, on our blending board, and something important for parents that might be listening or watching, is we are going to be reading a lot of silly words. These words are called nonsense words. So most often when we put these sounds together, we're just going to be reading those silly nonsense words. But actually, that's what helps us become a better reader, because our brain has to know every letter and sound very quickly to be able to read it correctly. We're not just memorizing words and reading them from our memory. We are having to decode, or to really figure out, every sound in that word and put it together to read it quickly and fluently. So we're making our brains work pretty hard today when we're reading these words. And I want to review a few things with you before we start. We are going to just warm up by making each sound for each letter in this word and then blending through the word for the first several words on our blending board. And then we will move into just reading the words quickly, which is where we want to get to, but it's been a little while since we've done this, so I wanted us to practice warming up. First, though, let's just review some of the syllable types that we may encounter on our blending board today, and make sure that we know the rules for those syllable types so that we know how to say the vowel correctly. So if I cover up this card right here, and I only have that S and that O showing, I have a syllable that ends in a vowel, and I know you at home are probably screaming a word at me, and you're probably saying, open syllable. You are right. This is an open syllable. And in an open syllable, when it ends in only one vowel, that vowel is going to be long. We think of it like the vowel has no one closing it off. It's like the gate is left open and it's just running free and wild, and it can run as long as it wants, shouting its name. So the vowel is going to say its long sound when it's an open syllable. So this vowel will say what sound, boys and girls? Oh, very good. It will say, oh, it's open. Now, if I just put some consonants back behind that vowel, though, or a consonant or more, then I have closed that vowel off. This is called a closed syllable. We think of it like this. Our vowel can only move a short distance before bumping into the next letter, so it's going to make its short sound in the closed syllable. So this vowel in the closed syllable, boys and girls, would make what sound? Good. Ah, you're right. It would say ah, like it's going to the dentist. Very good. So that was our open syllable and our closed syllable. Now let me add something to the end here, and you tell me what kind of syllable this one has become. Now I have this magic E at the end of our word, and this has become a magic E syllable. In our magic E syllable, if you remember, our magic E is also called our silent E. So he does not say anything. He's very quiet. But he jumps over and he makes that other vowel say its name. So he just comes back and says, say your name to that other vowel, and that vowel says its long sound or its name, which is O. So this word, boys and girls, would say soch. When it was closed, it said soch. And when it was open, it said so. Very good. That is 3 of the syllable types that we may see. Now, if we see a syllable type such as this, where we have a vowel with an R behind it on the same card, that is called our bossy R syllable. That's right. It's also called an R-controlled vowel. And the reason we call it that is because when you see a vowel with an R directly behind it, that R is really all you hear. It says and you hear that R taking over that vowel. It's hard to hear the vowel sound. So in this word, we would have search. Okay? Now, that's our bossy R. What if we see a syllable such as this? We see this word, and it has 2 vowels on the same card in the middle. We know this is what kind of syllable? a vowel team syllable. You're right. This is a vowel team syllable. So in this case, when we have two vowels on the same card, most often that first vowel is going to say its name. The second vowel doesn't say anything. It's just a helper. It just helps that first vowel be able to say its name. So let's read this. S-each, seach. Or if I covered up the S, I have each. You're probably familiar with that. Each. Okay, so another syllable type that I want to talk to you about. So we've talked about the open, we've talked about the closed, we've talked about the magic E, now the vowel team, we've talked about the bossy R. We have one more I want to show you that we've been working on really hard before we left school in my dogs group, and that is the consonant LE syllable. And so a consonant LE is a syllable by itself. And it is a little bit tricky, but once we know it, it's pretty easy. That LE is just going to say ul. And then we put the consonant sound on the front of it. So we have p, ul, pull. Here we have s, ah, pull, sopple, sopple. That would be our syllable. Or actually, it could say sopple is what it would say. Miss Brantley's a little out of practice. It would say so pull because we would divide it right here in front of this consonant LE. So actually it would say sopple. Those are all of the syllable types that you may see today as we're blending some words together on this blending board. So I just want you to keep those in mind, and then we're going to practice reading some words together. So let's get started. I'm going to poke these back in there, and we're going to just warm up with this first word. S-ah-ch, such. K-ah-ch, koch. Now if I cover this one, we have open syllable. Read it for me. K-o, ko. Very good. K-ah-ch, koch. Again, it just says ch, but this is the spelling rule. Ready? H-ah-ch, h-ah-j, h-edge, hedge. Now, let's blend these words together. Are you ready? Stedge. Ooh, what if I cover it? Now we have stee, stedge, smedge, smelf, smulf, smum. What if I cover this? Smew. Good. What if I put our magic E on the end, making it that magic E syllable? Now I have smume. Very good. Let's keep going. Prume. Oh, prum. Miss Brantley got messed up. I thought my magic E was still there. That would be prume. This is prum. Priled. Squiled. Here's our wild old word pattern. It's an exception to our closed syllable. Thrilled. Thrined. Thur. Therm. Thirtle. Thirtle. Splurtle. Ooh, this is tricky. Splost. Snost. Snow. Swow. Spo. Spold. Slold. Slolt. Strolt. Straddle. Twaddle. Twayful. Clayful. Blayful. Blay. Remember, our AY vowel team is found at the end of our word, so we're going to cover that one because this would be at the end. That's why we have that line and then the AY. Blay, spray, shray, glay, glonk, dwonk, tonk, tea, teeful, teeks, theeks, theedle, beetle, bean, or open syllable. What's this one? Actually, this one's not so much an open syllable as it is the vowel team at the end. So this one says B-E-B. This one actually says G. Do you know why? Because the G is followed by what? That E. So the G is going to say its soft sound like a J. G. Gone. Goaxed. Gulk. Jolk. Jont. Jank. Quank. Keep going with me. Good job. Wank. Wing. Ring. Rang. Krang. Ooh, how fast can you go? Krong, scrong, scrunk, frunk, frung, flung, flink, trink, trunt, trunt, trump, trump. That was tricky. Try, sigh. Ooh, why would it say s here instead of sk? You're right. We have to watch out for that watch out vowel. That Y makes the C say s. That's another spelling rule. Scowled, drowled, drilled, drizz, drr, dreeze, dreamed, dreeked, breeked, skeeked, greeked, pleeked. Woo, y'all are doing good. Pleeped, plealt, pleesk. Oh, Miss Brantley had moved that. Was I calling that a pool this whole time? Yeekle, yeek. We're going to stop right there. We will do some more blending board drills together soon, and we will practice each spelling rule and each pattern and skill separately at different times. This was just kind of a review of our overall patterns that we've been learning. So I hope that you found it fun and even laughed at Miss Brantley a few times when I got mixed up. But if you will practice this each day or at least several times a week, this is really going to help you, boys and girls, to just be faster readers, more fluent readers, and just better readers and even better spellers. So keep working hard. I'm counting on you to come back and watch us again. Thank you so much.